got to something a little bit special, a little bit different, something that only you deserve as being the greatest official in the history of wrestling. Yeah, hold on one second. Hold on. No. Thought that was it. Thought that was it. That's not it. Hold on. Let me look around. Wait a second. Billy. Look at that. Right on the door, reserved for Billy. Now, wait. Your present is behind door number 1. We got your surprise right there. You're good to go. And wait a second now. Make sure you're on Princess Robert. She's ready for you. On behalf of P-Dub, enjoy it. Tell us all about it. Okay, thank you. All right, big man.
Alright, wrestling fans, this has been circulated throughout the American Coliseum for quite some time. Eagle is a criminal. Ken Magnum has been bringing this sign throughout the arenas, and right here on the other side you see in the Cherokee paper, Thursday, October the 8th, where Chief J. Eagle was arrested. So technically, what they're saying is true, but they're leaving certain parts of the story out. What actually did happen and transpire is a day or so prior to this, J. Eagle received an emergency call from his daughter, who was pregnant at the time. Now, what happened? There was a domestic situation where his daughter's husband was wanting to attack her. She was expecting a child. Eagle went to the scene. He did have a baseball bat. And to say the least, the young man, he took what was coming to him. Eagle took, I guess you could say, vigilante justice. But Eagle, that's basically the story that's been publicized publicly. But now let's get your side of the story.
Okay, you pretty much hit it on the head, Dan. It was Thursday, October the 18th. My daughter was home alone. She'd been separated from her husband for a while. He broke the door in and screaming, hollering, slapped her in the face. And like you said, my daughter was 8 months pregnant at this time. And verbally abusing her, throwing things. So she called the Cherokee County police 3 times. Nobody came. So then she called my wife, said, Mom and Daddy, we need you. I need you. Said, Josh is here, he's going crazy. So right away, my wife jumps in her car and goes there. I'm doing something at this time, not ready to go. My wife's gone maybe 15 minutes, calls back home, says, hon, you need to come over here. He's crazy, he's throwing stuff, he's knocking her around, and he's threatening me. Well, from the second she said he's threatening me, I was on my way. Now, as far as the ball bat, we're not going to discuss that. Like I said, police found no ball bat. I ain't seen no ball bat. But I will say this. I knew on my trip over there, my mind is going crazy. I knew I would have to pay my dues, Daddy. But was it worth it? That's the question. Was it worth it? Well, let me say this, wrestling fan. He hadn't hit my daughter anymore. He hadn't bothered my daughter. She hadn't heard from him. So apparently, she got the message across, Dan?
Well, bottom line is, technically, you were arrested. They considered you a criminal. You were in jail for about 24 hours or less. But I ask you, the fans out there, if your daughter was pregnant, she was getting assaulted, wouldn't any father step in and do the same thing? Vigilante justice or not, I think what Chief J. Eagle did was what any dad would do.
Well, when the police showed up that night, Dan, Chief J. Eagle looked like the guilty one because I was basically getting my message across, just like Ken Magnum. You put your hands on my son last week, Ken Magnum.
That was on July the 5th.
I hadn't forgot. You touch family, I'm coming after you. All jokes aside, forget wrestling, forget the championship, forget your home life. You got me to deal with. Ken Magnum, I promise you one thing. When you put your hands on my kid, you may not have knew who I was, but you will next week, because I'm coming for you, son. Jason Martin, anybody, the corporation, I'm shutting you down. I'm putting you on notice. That's all I got to say, Dan.
All right, just one more thing, though. Jason Martin and his corporation is a legend. You know, on July the 5th, it appeared you'd won the championship. But at 8:45 p.m. was when the bell started. Your wife, Rhonda, ran out. They told you your house was on fire. Turns out it wasn't even the case. Videotape proof shows that Jason Martin was the man who called the fire department. At 8:45 p.m., the bell sounded. You left, driving 15 minutes away to your home, thinking your house was burning down.
Oh, Dan, I was running 90 miles an hour. I mean, I'm picturing my little Chihuahua dog in the house, sitting in flames. They can't get my door broke down. 90 miles an hour, I took my wife's life in my own hands, flying down the road. If anything could have happened, Jason Martin, Mike Madden, Eric Anton, Satisfaction Jackson, Ken Magnum, the APW Mafia is getting old. Like I said, I'm shutting you down. Reverend Slim, Boomer Payne, Benny Valentine, Dookie Payne, we're all fed up to here with it. Sure, I'm a criminal, but Jason Martin made that prank phone call. What does that mean?
Well, at 10 p.m. that same night, you guys went into the ring. You had the ball bat in the ring. You used it. We saw on the film where it was showed Magnum was jerked out of the locker room. He's bloody, and the bat's in use. The match goes into play. The crowd erupts. It's a very good, hard-fought match. You got the 1, 2, 3. It appears on July the 5th. This night, you have the APW World title. But now Jason Martin's lawyer, David Donovan, comes forth and says that the time limit of the match has expired and the belt has been returned to Ken Magnum. Well, technically, we're looking at an hour and 15 minutes of time that has elapsed from the initial bell to you scoring the 1, 2, 3. So technically, the 60-minute time.
Well, I got 3 simple things to say, Dan. I ain't seen no ball bat. I beat Ken Magnum 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring. Like I said, all the fun's behind us. Forget sports, forget wrestling. You made it personal now. But you put your hands on my kids, you open the door. And I'm coming through it, Ken Magnum. I may be an old man. They may be snow on the roof, but they'll fire in the kitchen, son. They'll fire in the kitchen. When you close the casket, bring in the 6 wild horses, you know you're safe in. But until that day happens, I'm coming for you, boys.
And
I'm through, Dan. I've had enough of this.
that's the whole story. Fans, let's go down to ringside.